We as students get the habit of studying. Sometimes it works and we get these great marks, and sometimes, unfortunately, it's not the case. I feel like we are just going with the flow. But did you think about this one day? I wish I could learn how to learn anything faster and easier. I wish I could build the mastery of learning. Hi, hello, welcome back to a new video. I want first of all to thank you so much, and for those who doesn't know me, or maybe this is the first time for you seeing this video, my name is Ines and nice to meet you. And my channel is called Ready for a Better Life, and basically what I do in this channel is to motivate you a little bit and to shake you, to push you to have a better life. So in today's video I am going to talk about learning how to learn. I know that it's really interesting because you can save a lot of time, and as you know, I'm really interested about all what it's about the brain and how it functions, and I discover a lot of things during my researches, and I really want to share with you what I know about how you can learn anything faster and easier. And I think that learning how to learn is really important, because once you've understood this, you can learn anything you want. Mathematics, languages, history, you can learn anything you want basically. So without forgetting that this is the plan of today. So today I'm going to talk about 3 essential ideas. First of all, I'm going to talk about our brain and some interesting stuffs. And secondly, I'm going to talk about the 2 categories of learning. And thirdly, I am going to give you some tips and techniques to use and in order to understand how our brain is working. And the more you understand how it is working, the more you are winning. So first of all, I want you to know that this magical brain have over 100 billion neurons that actually help you saving the informations and the important tools in your brain. I can assure you that you have the most complicated member of your body just right here. So to go more deeply about learning and understanding informations and what is the relationship between your brain and learning, I want you to know that there are 2 categories of learning, and the first of them is called focused mode. So the focused mode is actually when you are grabbing your exercises and you're just really focused, like especially like for instance mathematics, and you have this complicated problem and you're thinking of it and really focused. So this is what it's called focused mode. And the second category is called diffused mode. So the diffused mode is a special mode actually. The diffused mode is actually for instance, when you are going to sleep, and you know this first couple of hours or a couple of minutes when you're trying to sleep, you feel that your brain is giving you some creative ideas, some weird ideas, and that it is creative actually. You are thinking about millions of things in one time. And so this is the diffused mode. Actually, the diffused mode is like, for instance, you have done, you know, you're thinking about the mathematics problems and you just said, okay, I'm not gonna focus anymore, I'm going to sleep. And so right there, you're going to sleep, and the diffuse mode is that your brain is going to function. This couple of minutes between you are not waking up but you're not asleep is called the diffuse mode. So your brain is going to think, your brain is trying to solve the problem. And so this is the diffuse mode. This is what is called the diffuse mode. And I actually found that there are two really famous people who used to use the diffuse mode. So one of them is called Salvador Dali. I don't know if you know him, but he is a really famous painter, and so he painted and he drew. We have Thomas Edison. So Thomas Edison, I think that you know him. So he invented the lamp, and so he's the first one who invented the lamp. And actually what Salvador Dali and Thomas Edison used to do is to grab some keys or something like that and just go for a little nap. When they are closer actually to sleep, the keys just falls from his hand, and this is how he gets this amazing creative ideas of drawing. Or for Thomas Edison, this is how he gets his creative ideas of inventing things. So I just want you to know how much it is important, this diffused mode. Okay, so now I am going to talk about the tips and techniques that are proved scientifically. I actually watched a video about it. It's a doctor who is called Barbara something. I don't remember. I just remember her first name, which is Barbara. I am going to make her photo right here. And so she's an engineer, and she is actually searching, like learning how to learn. And the best tips that she gave us is actually tests. She said that tests are the best thing that you can ever do, is to test yourself. She advised by using the flashcards. So if you don't know, I think you know what is the flashcards. So the flashcards is to know a definition or something just simple for you to actually understand it better. And it's really helped. It helped me personally on my studies. So you can do plenty of these flashcards. You can also study them in different places, as I told you before, that like changing the place is really important for refreshing your mind and being more creative. So you can study this flashcard on your bedroom, and then on the living room, and then you can also study them out on a coffee shop or on the library. Also something that happens to me, and I still remember it because it's really just incredible. Actually, one day I was in the middle school, and I remember that it was holidays. I actually had a problem, a mathematical problem to solve, and it was so hard for me. So I remember that the first day I just sit for 1 hour or 1 hour and a half, and I didn't really understood it very well. I couldn't solve the problem, so I just let it go, and I told myself, okay, tomorrow I'm going to see it. What happens is that the next day I walked and focused through this problem, mathematical problem, and it's still not be solved. I still couldn't understood the problem. And so it's okay, I'm going to see it the next day, because I know if I am going to be so much through it, I'm just going to get my nerves. And so I told myself, it's okay, I just have so much time and I'm going to see it the next day. And you know, it took for me like 5 or 6 days to understand finally what is the problem and to solve the problem. Just for 6 days. This example is just to tell you that you have to stay with your homework, work on it days until you find a solution, because our brain functions with spaced repetition. Sometimes you can't understand it right now, but with the diffused mode, actually, when you're going to sleep, your brain is going automatically to think about it and to think about the solution. Your brain is going to solve the solution for you, or to solve the problem for you. And so I think, or it's not that I think, it's for sure that the diffused mode really helped me to understand actually the problem, what was the problem right there. And I was really shocked. I was like, okay, it took for me like 5 to 6 days to solve the problem. And I was so happy because I solved something also that really helped me to remember, especially, you know, for history, you have so many dates to remember and so many events and important things to remember. And so what really helped me is pictures, is by relating what I'm learning by a funny picture or by just a picture. So you can relate everything that you want. You can relate everything that you want, but by every picture that you want, actually. So for instance, I just want to remember that the independence of Algeria was in 1962, and to not just forget it, I can remember a picture. I can relate the date by this picture, okay? So every time I am going to see this picture, I'm just going to remember that the independence of Algeria was in 1962. So this is actually how I really work. I'm not smart, I'm not intelligent or something like that. Yeah, it's just that I really like to have some tips to make the learning easier for me.